to me because many of us come from various cultural backgrounds, and some of us come from cultural backgrounds that are persecuted by the government at hand. And where we're at right now, we're not actually persecuted by our government, but they're not union friendly.
For me, fairness is that how I am treated will be the same as the person next to me, and the supervisor who is talking to me will also have the same treatment that I am getting, and that it cannot be always negative for all of them. So for me, it's fighting for a fair treatment for everyone.
It's important to make Aboriginal people feel like they belong in the workplace, and that they have a voice in the union. That people recognize that there are some different barriers that Aboriginal people face, and people need to be made aware of what those issues are and how we're trying to help the Aboriginal people themselves overcome those barriers and the rest of the society to see them in a different light than how they've been seen before.
I think I'm more concerned for our children in the future than I am for us right now. Right now, they're going to slowly strip it away. I don't think I will see, by the time I'm done, we'll see the end of it. I think they are going to chip away, and as we go along, it's going to be unsafe workplaces. It's going to affect our children and our children's children.
I became a part of a women's study group at Saskatchewan Crop Insurance Corporation at about, I believe it was 92 or 93. And some of these women had been working for the corporation for 20 or 25 years as temporary casual employees. And we looked around at each other and said, like, who is this fair to?
Things we take for granted like maternity leave and pensions, good pensions, and the Canada Pension Plan came about from fights that workers did on picket lines, and people actually died for those rights, and we need to remember that, and we need to honor that, and we need to make sure that we don't go back to where we have no rights and the employer has all the rights.
There's a lot of privatization going on in Saskatchewan these days, and we're on the front lines, so we see it every day, and we probably see it earlier than a lot of other people's do.
We have a job to do in the labor movement to ensure that there's a clear identification of what's going on here. We have an obligation to defend workers' constitutional rights, and that's the challenge that we're confronted with in Saskatchewan.
Because if we were not unionized, the management can just say, sorry, you're not doing the job right, away you go. Next.
The governments across Canada, federally and provincially, basically are trying to push the unions out. And they've been trying this for years.
You know, it seems like, you know, the real attack is not so much on our wages or whatever, but it's an attack on our human rights. Our freedom of speech is really, in my opinion, what's truly the most hurtful thing in all this.